So this module is around supported decision-making and what people refer to as alternatives to guardianship. And so before we can even get into a discussion around how to support people in making decisions and guardianship versus alternatives to guardianship, it really has to start with good person-centered thinking, person-centered description building of the person that we're talking about. And so, for instance, with my daughter Brooke, to have these conversations with her as she was turning 18, we needed to think about how does she make decisions? Does she, and my daughter's a nonverbal communicator, and so for us, she communicates through behavior. And so I needed to know, how does Brooke make choices? So when a decision is presented to Brooke, how do I know that she understands what's being presented to her, how she then makes that decision, and then relays it back to me? And so for us, we used some different tools to help us have conversations with Brooke, so we could begin to think about where does she need help in making those decisions, and what decisions can she make pretty easily, and what are those that are a little more complex that we might need to step in and support her making those decisions. And so we use different tools. One of the first tools we use with Brooke is called a relationship map. And so before we made an assumption that we would be that person supporting Brooke's decision making, we wanted to see who's in her life that could help, and who does she trust, who does she like, and who do we think share some of those same values and beliefs that we do and that we think Brooke does as well. And so we looked at our relationship map, and so we talked about who's in her family, who are friends or are friends of the family, who are important people in Brooke's life that are not paid to be in her life, people that she knows in the community, people that she knows through her business that she babysits and does dog boarding with and pet sitting with, who are the people that she knows through the community, going out to the grocery store, going to church, and then who are the people that are paid to be in her life, some teachers that are really special, that have had important pieces of Brooke's life that they've been a part of. And so once we did the relationship map, we were able to see, Brooke's pretty isolated, and so that was one issue of needing to figure out how to get her better connected. But really, when it came to helping to support decision making, there was only a few people, and it really was my husband and I, Brooke's parents, that seemed to make the most sense to begin with. Doesn't mean this won't change down the road, but we started with that relationship map. We then used a tool, which you'll see as a Missouri tool, of asking questions about guardianship. And so there's questions about, are they able to take medication with assistance or without assistance? Are they able to make some good decisions around where they want to live, or the foods they eat, the people they hang out with? And you have little check boxes, and you can decide if they end up with a lot of red, a lot of those, they need a lot of support, they don't make good decisions, then those are ones you want to pay attention to. And so you can maybe concentrate on if it's healthy relationships or if it's healthy eating. You can figure out which pieces they need support in helping to make those decisions. There's also this really cool tool called I Want a Good Life. And so it's a way to have that conversation. So don't make assumptions that you know that your child wants to have a bank account, or that they want to go to work, or that they want to live at home their whole life. Have those conversations using a tool such as this, where you can have those conversations about what are your dreams, what are your goals, who are the people that you like best in your life, what kind of work do you want to do, how do you see your life happening after you leave high school. And so those are just some of the tools that I think are really important to get that foundation of a person-centered description. What's a good day look like, and what's a bad day look like? So if not getting coffee is going to be a bad day for the person, or not being able to eat breakfast before they leave to go to school or to work is going to set up for a bad day, how do we make sure the decisions are being made that they get that breakfast? Do we have to support them in getting up earlier? Do we have to support them in picking out that food? Or can they do it on their own with just a little bit of help of an alarm clock, and that's all they need? So come up with these tools, use some of the tools we're providing in this module, and there's lots of other tools out there, but really have those in-depth conversations about the decisions they need to make each day, what their routines are, and where they might need supports in making those decisions.